not reveal if that baby was born dead or alive. If you can help Salem police identify the mother of the child, they would like to hear from you. You can call the detectives unit at 503 area code 588-6050, and extension 7153 is the one you need to ask for specifically.
A Vancouver man is accused of mailing threatening letters to an Oregon doctor who performs abortions. The FBI arrested 65-year-old William Kitchens Jr. after a lengthy investigation. Authorities say Kitchens tried to extort money from the doctor and then threatened to hurt him. He was arrested after picking up a package containing money that he demanded in his letters.
An update tonight on one of Oregon's largest mass murder trials. Jury selection is now underway in the trial of Gurley Crum Jr. Crum, seen here in court last May, is charged with killing 5 people at abandoned trailer park. All of those victims died from knife wounds. One of the victims allegedly identified Crum as the killer before dying. Prosecutors in this case are seeking the death penalty against Gurley Crum Jr.
Well, we have a traffic warning tonight for folks commuting along I-5 just south of Portland. Drivers can expect delays at Wilsonville in this area here as construction crews work on widening the highway. Well, today crews started removing freeway structures over Wilsonville Road. Folks commuting along I-5 near Wilsonville can expect some delays. The speed limit along this stretch will be lowered to 55 miles per hour during the construction project, which is expected to last 2 years. And drivers heading out of Portland on the Sunset Highway will begin seeing delays starting tomorrow night. That's when crews will start installing a pedestrian bridge over the highway at Cedar Hills. It's been there laying off to the side of the road. They're finally going to start installing it. And lanes will be restricted on Highway 26 beginning at 6:30 tomorrow night. Then all westbound traffic will be detoured to Barnes Road from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. on Wednesday. Another trouble spot to look out for. Meantime, the road work on Shoals Ferry Road is causing headaches for one neighborhood caught in the detour route. People who live along Hewitt Street are seeing more traffic than they ever could have imagined. Bob Hyde joins us now to bring us an update on the situation. Bob?
Jeff, we're live here on Shoals Ferry Road, and across the way you can see Humphrey, and further on down is Hewitt. That's where the problems are. We were out there this afternoon and took a look at what neighbors say is a dangerous situation they hope someone will do something about. The videotape we took earlier shows you the winding road that is Hewitt, and take a look at the tight conditions here. Some of the cars barely have any extra room to pass, and neighbors are concerned that a lot of those cars are going what is twice the legal limit. The speed limit there is 15 miles an hour. Some of those cars, most of those cars I should say, go 30 miles an hour plus down this winding road. They are wondering if the city can install extra signs, but the city's Transportation Bureau says that they won't do that because they understand that drivers generally don't pay attention to those signs. They say neighbors have to call the police bureau for extra enforcement. It's going to be this situation for a long, long time. There's no telling how long it'll take to fix Shoals Ferry Road, so a problem that won't go away anytime soon. Neighbors are hoping someone will do something to help them.
Well, everybody needs to slow down. As we can see, Hewitt is often a running route for many people. Absolutely. We saw it right in your videos, too.
And a biking route, too. Very popular.
Exactly.
Thanks, Bob.
Well, the drive to make travel safer in Portland neighborhoods has some folks wondering if 70 traffic circles in the city are doing a very good job. Motorists often don't make it around those circles and wind up on top of them instead. Clayton Irwin says the circle at Southeast 36th and Clinton has seen plenty of action.
People do run into it. They have a little too much to drink or they drive too fast or something. And I don't think it's a good idea to have it there. I haven't seen any car wrecks here, but I have seen 2 vehicles in it. And I understand that there's been more.
Despite the complaints, the city says traffic circles reduce intersection car collisions by up to 85%. The city says, like speed bumps, the traffic circles are generally doing what they're supposed to be doing.
It's not automobile traffic, but bicycle traffic that's stirring up folks in Beaverton tonight. Some neighbors are upset about a proposal to reroute a bike path along Fano Creek. They say it would increase flood danger in the area and reduce their privacy. But supporters say it's a better alternative than busy Allen Avenue. Tonight, the City Council will hear public comment on the issue starting at 6:30 at Beaverton City Hall.
A technical error may have caused a 500-gallon oil spill in the Willamette River. The oil spilled near the Broadway Bridge Saturday, and it came from a bulk cargo ship named the MV Handy Gunner. The Coast Guard says the oil spilled after some of the ship's systems malfunctioned. The cargo ship has taken responsibility for the cleanup costs, I should say the company of that cargo ship, but those cleanup costs are estimated to be more than $100,000. So far, officials say no fish or wildlife has been affected.
It is Monday night. You're watching Channel 2 News. Still ahead, a strike deadline nears for Sandy teachers. Can anything be done to avoid a walkout?
One Tiger neighborhood has the answer to a better preschool. Do it yourself.
And later, a story you won't want to miss. Born too early, but with an iron-strong will to live. How premature babies make it against the odds.
217, we do understand that slowing begins at Murray Boulevard. All right, taking another look. Southbound I-5 is down to a crawl moving past Corbett, where an earlier car fire tied up the right lane to Taylor's Ferry Road. And from our Smith Tower camera, let's take a look at the drive north, where traffic begins to stack up near Lombard and remains sluggish over the interstate bridge. Keep it here, folks. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Maurice Lucas. This is the newest technology in diagnostic imaging, called the Open MRI, available only at Open Advanced MRI of Portland. It's comfortable and patient-friendly. Even I find having an open MRI easy, non-confining, with no loud noises. If your doctor says you need an MRI, call Open Advanced MRI of Portland at 246-6666. Now that's taking care of yourself.
Now you can say goodbye to the installation fees when you order a U.S. West service. Announcing the U.S. West free installation celebration. This is your best chance to get caller ID, call waiting, voice messaging, and more. For home, for business, for free. So join the party. Call now toll-free for the U.S. West free installation celebration. Party favors not included.
Now, Channel 2 News continues with Jeff Gianola and Julie Emery.
Isn't it nice to see the days getting longer and we can actually see people running on the beach at Lincoln City thanks to a camera at Innet Spanish Head? It's not too bad on the coast. We'll hear more from the Boz coming up a little later in the newscast. Welcome back.
Yeah, they are talking, but not much more. Negotiators for the Teachers Union and the Sandy School District met again today to try to iron out a new contract. But time is running out, and as Channel 2's Curran Snipes reports, teachers are preparing for the worst.
High school math teacher Bob Diaboy has a wife and 3 kids to support, but says he'll go on strike Thursday if Sandy teachers don't get a new contract.
On February 6th, I won't have an income. And I feel that strongly that it's important enough to strike over, and I will do that, and my fellow teachers will too.
Diaboy and many of the other 168 teachers who work in Sandy recently held a rally to garner public support. But teachers say they're not optimistic about a settlement with the school district. Teachers who have been without a contract since July are asking for a 5% raise in base pay the first year. The district is offering 2%. But some school board members say even 2% is too much, the budget being what it is. That giving every teacher a 2% raise could wind up costing some teachers their jobs. Still, contract negotiations are continuing. A group of parents greeted negotiators for both sides, urging them to reach an agreement.
I just want them to be able to settle and go on with no hard feelings. You know, the administration and it can cause a real rift in the feeling of the school, and our schools at this point have a great feeling of family.
If teachers strike, the district is prepared to hire substitute teachers. Some students are excited that school may be temporarily disrupted, but others think it'll be a pain.
I don't want it to happen because the teachers are going to be out of work and they're not going to have money coming in and they have families to feed and stuff like that.
What about your schooling?
Well, that too. I don't want to make it up in summer either. And I want the seniors to graduate on time because I have friends that are seniors.
For Bob Diaboy, it'll be tough going without a paycheck. But he says if he has to walk, he'll walk to prove that he and other teachers are worth their pay. In Sandy, Curran Snipes, Channel 2 News.
Another note here, the district's 140 classified employees are included in contract talks and also could go out on strike on Thursday. Here's what's next in that situation. Classified employees meet with the state mediator tomorrow. Teachers are scheduled for talks on Wednesday. And if a bargain is not reached, Sandy teachers say they'll go to the picket lines beginning Thursday morning.
Tough decisions tonight for the Beaverton School District. The school board there prepares to cut $8 million from next year's budget. The district is considering 3 different budget packages to make up for cuts under Measure 47. Tonight, a public hearing will be held at the District Administration Center. That will be at 7 o'clock tonight, and here's the address. It's 16550 Southwest Merlot Road. A final budget vote will be taken February 10th. A reminder of a special school election tomorrow in Clark County. Ridgefield, Hawkinson, and La Center are all asking voters for operating and maintenance levies. If you live in the Ridgefield district, you must go to the polls tomorrow. Hawkinson and La Center are conducting mail-in elections.
Time now for a look around the neighborhood, stories that matter to you and your family. Our first stop, Tigard, where parents prove if you build it, they will come. Parents started the Magic Garden preschool to have more control over their children's education. Now, it's such a success, they're already gearing up for expansion. The Magic Garden plans to add a 1st and 2nd grade this fall. A big reason parents like the preschool is the personal attention, 1 teacher for every 8 students.
In Northeast Portland, Grant Park and Pool House are getting a facelift. The 2 will be going through some major remodeling and renovation during the next few months. Improvements to the park include work on the pathways, playground irrigation system, and restrooms. Voters passed the Portland Parks and Recreation bond measure to improve the 2 areas in November of 1994.
And a big move for the Forest Service from Gresham to Sandy. Forestry officials opened their new office today closer to the area they serve. The lease on the Forest Service's old building in Gresham expired, helping get that move going. It's hoped the new Sandy location will prompt more businesses to move to the Pioneer Corporate Park.
If you know of a story in your neighborhood you'd like to see on Channel 2 News, please give our neighborhood newsline a call. In the Portland area, call 231-4642. If you live outside Portland, the call is toll-free, 1-800-267-6836. There will be someone here to answer your calls from 9 in the morning until 11:30 in the evening, Monday through Friday.
Next on Channel 2 News.
Can a new bottle bill in Oregon pass the first test?
And what's the connection between kindergarten and adults? It's a lot closer than you may think.
Teens from across America kick back with Alex on the Jeopardy Teen Tournament.
Jeopardy is an edifying experience.
The Jeopardy Teen Tournament is the bomb. See, I'm down.
Tonight at 7 on KATU Spirit 2.
It's Wheel of Fortune Sweethearts Week. Watch as sweethearts from around the country play for big money and romantic getaways.
It's Sweethearts Week.
Check out the new spin we're putting on the wheel during Sweethearts Week.
Tonight at 7:30 on KATU Spirit 2.
Forget the way you've been brushing your teeth and get the new Interplaque, the power plaque remover with twisting bristles. Clinically proven to remove plaque better than manual brushing and help prevent gum disease. Interplaque by Conair, the brand most recommended by dentists.
We did it! The doctor is in at Jenny Craig.
Introducing our new medical weight loss program.
This is incredible news. Jenny Craig now has doctors in the centers, and they can prescribe the latest in weight loss medication.
I did it. I joined Jenny Craig's new medical weight loss program, and I've already lost 25 pounds.
Jenny Craig's new program is now just a phone call away. Call 1-800-97-JENNY. That's 1-800-97-JENNY.
Call to find out more about Jenny Craig's new medical weight loss program now.
Attention bargain hunters! Value Village is getting ready for spring with a big 50% off everything sale this Saturday, February 8th. That's right, get 50% off all men's, women's, and children's clothing, 50% off all housewares and furniture, 50% off all toys and books. Come see the quality, selection, and low prices that make Value Village America's favorite thrift store. And save big at Value Village's 50% off everything sale this Saturday.
More than you bargained for. Value Village.
There she is.
What's she wearing?
White dress.
What's she?
Superstar. Chaos says she drips on the dress.
2 days she doesn't.
Window office in 2 days says she does. Just missed.
Okay.
Bite, desk. There's a word for people who don't like big, juicy burgers.
What's happening?
It's on the dress. Losers. If it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face.
If you hate cords tripping you up, you'll love Conair's convenient new Cord Keeper Dryer. The Cord Keeper Dryer. Another Conair first. It's the one to wind up with.
A new drive to revamp Oregon's bottle bill gets a lukewarm reception in Salem today. Under the proposal backed by Governor Kitzhaber, 1.5 cents would go toward restoring salmon runs. Another 1.5 cents would go to state parks, and 1.5 cents would help pay to set up recycling centers to handle all the containers. The Senate Revenue Committee started looking at the governor's plan today. It would raise the tax on beer and soda bottles by 4.5 cents and set up recycling redemption centers.
Is your preschooler coming home with reports of bad behavior? Do the neighbors say your toddler is terrorizing other kids? Well, there may be cause for concern. A recent study finds a child's personality in kindergarten determines what that person will be like later in life. Scientists say they can actually test 6- and 10-year-old boys and accurately predict who is more likely to use drugs and alcohol as a teenager. Teachers are now looking for ways to overcome those traits early on.
Well, in kindergarten, Jim Bosley was drawing little suns all over the place.
I was.
Yeah,
right.
I bet.
And
there you go, future weathercaster.
I was also drawing P40s. You know what they are? Well, probably you don't. Anyway, and Mustangs. I was doing that too.
Oh, okay.
And those aren't horses. Those
Right.
are all airplanes. Anyway, let's take a look outside. We're going to the Innis Spanish Shed at Lincoln City. Lincoln City today was 50 degrees. Boy, there were a lot of 50s around the area today. It was gorgeous. Well, it could be a little bit more sunshine, but at least it was dry. But I've got maybe some moisture coming in to show you. This was taken from the Hood River camera, looking south to a beautiful... Oh, no, this is from the U.S. Bancorp Tower. Hard for me to read that. All right, U.S. Bancorp Tower. This afternoon, very, very pretty. No moisture, just some clouds and very warm temperatures. Washington County, Providence, St. Vincent. A little dark out there right now when they took that, and some clouds are coming in tonight. That's the way it looks. Smith Tower camera in Vancouver. That's the mountain. It's a little shorter than it was a few years ago. Mount St. Helens, beautiful day. Now, here's the Hood River Inn, the Columbia Gorge cam, and it is looking towards the west. Some clouds beginning to gather there. It's going to thicken up just a bit tonight, my friends. Here's the weather where you are today, and here are the high temperatures in the 50s. Very nice day today, very mild. Oh, don't you just love that? 51 in Camas, 51 in Gresham, 54 in Beaverton, and Banks at 51 degrees. Let's take a look at our storm track camera, where the Doppler has picked up some echoes down here by Lincoln City. Let's go in a little closer on that. I don't think there's any moisture coming out of these things right now. They don't look like it. I haven't had any reports. But we are showing up some echoes here that are moving in towards our area. That is from the southwest towards the northeast, and that would get us. There is a chance of some moisture tonight, light moisture, and then again tomorrow morning, and then this stuff should all go away. Here's the rating for the day. Today was a 5. Tomorrow I'm going to leave it at a 5, too, even though there might be a little moisture. I don't think it's going to be much. I'm just aiming for the next 2 or 3 days, maybe even through next weekend, when we might have sunshine. Is not far away. Does that feel good?
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
And you got a great poem to read coming up a little later. It's just going to be great.
Yeah, you're going to like this. You're going to like it a lot.
But for now, our poem, Happy Birthday.
Oh, thank you very much. You're very kind. It's been
really
very
a poem,
nice this morning.
Yeah.
Julie was with me on the morning show.
Yeah.
She sang, oh, yeah, hear her sing. Oh,
really?
What a voice. It's just unbelievable.
29 years old.
Remember what they say, all mics are hot, so never sing with a microphone on. If you're just joining us, we want to bring you up to the minute on our big stories of the day. A 30-foot sinkhole is threatening homes in the Philida area north of Vancouver. People living in southeast Portland's Creston neighborhood fear a new methadone clinic will attract crime. The clinic managers say they have a proven track record of being a good neighbor. And 180 teachers in Sandy are preparing for the worst. Talks will continue Wednesday, but if unsuccessful, Oregon will see its first teachers' strike in several years beginning Thursday morning.
Still ahead, he raked up tens of thousands of your dollars in overtime, and he's got the license plate to prove it. A senior sleuth tracked him down after he took her for thousands. Today, he learns his sentence. And they're priceless, precious, and premature. We'll see the incredible fight to save the lives of babies born before their time.
Sportsman, this is the big one as the 22nd Annual Pacific Northwest Sportsman Show takes over the Expo Center. See the latest in tackle, fishing boats, electronics, hunting gear, truck campers, outdoor clothing, wildlife art, and more, including free seminars and demonstrations from the pros. Bring the kids 12 and under to the free Kids Trout Pond. All the gear is provided. It's only here, only now, for 5 short days. Shop, compare, buy at the Pacific Northwest Sportsman Show.
It may not seem like I'm busy, but I am. Oh, sure, it's quiet now. But that's because I have my voice stream phone. It helps me find time I never knew I had. With built-in paging, caller ID, and even text messaging, see? And with long distance as low as 3 cents per minute over my low local rate, I can afford to put the world on hold and share a moment with the love of my life. Butter pecan.
Life is made of moments. Find yours.
Coming up on ABC's World News Tonight with Peter Jennings, the jury resumes deliberations at the O.J. Simpson trial. After one juror was dismissed on Friday, the new jury has been told to go back to square one. The latest tonight.
I was nervous and worried about everything. My stomach was always in knots. I was so irritable that I just wanted to explode. I was very tense. It was anxiety.
I'm Dr. Ward Smith of the Pacific Northwest Clinical Research Center. We are currently looking for people suffering from anxiety to participate in a free medication research study. Qualified participants receive free physical exams and research medication. If you suffer from the symptoms of anxiety, call 288-0011.
Makes me uncomfortable when there's a bunch of yapping while I eat. That's why I like those comfy private booths at Cattle Company.
Especially when they're setting out top sirloin with pan-roasted garlic, a dozen golden fried shrimp, and barbecue baby back ribs. Cattle Company garlic steak, a dozen shrimp, ribs, and all the fixings, just $11.99.
With no discomfort and distractions.
Bringing you the spirit of the Northwest. We are KATU. Now, Channel 2 News.
This luxury car belongs to an Oregon State worker, and the license plate suggests your tax dollars may be paying for it. Well, welcome back to Channel 2 News, everybody, and here's what's new at 5:30.
The state knows it has a problem on its hands when it comes to overtime. Last week, Channel 2 News reported on a state audit that found some state employees were earning double or even triple their salaries in overtime. That audit also got some people looking at one state worker's license plate. Mark Hass did some looking of his own.
This Mercedes cost $32,000. You wouldn't expect it to belong to a state employee making only $27,000. But the license plates are a tip-off. Work OT. The car is owned by 42-year-old Kerry Murray, who works here at the Oregon State Hospital. In 1995, he was supposed to earn $27,000, but with overtime earned $89,000. This is not Mr. Murray. It's someone he sent down to move his car. Mr. Murray didn't want to talk to us, but other state employees had plenty to say about the plates.
I think it was extremely bad judgment and poor taste. Yes, definitely flaunting it. It's like, who cares? Who knows? As a state employee, I know we get a bad rap, but it's my money they're spending, too.
The work OT plate even caught the attention of the Secretary of State, whose office uncovered excessive overtime costs in state government.
We could have saved substantial amounts of money, not just with him, but with other employees, by having people working straight shifts rather than giving him and many other employees amounts of overtime.
No one is accusing any state employee of defrauding the government by working overtime, but those license plates?
It's pretty clear that this employee is rubbing our noses in it and is pretty proud of what they got away with, but I wouldn't be surprised if that doesn't come back to haunt them.
Kerry Murray is a therapist at the state hospital, and the audits that were done last week showed that he made $89,000 in 1995. Today, the state said in 1996, he made $93,000, again, most of that in overtime. $93,000, that's $13,000 more than the governor of Oregon makes.
That's a lot of hours, too. Thank you, Mark.
Keep us updated on this one, Mark. Well, an update tonight on the European businessman who swindled tens of thousands of dollars from Portland and Lake Oswego families. Tonight, Carl Malvinius is headed to prison. Malvinius had pleaded guilty to one of several counts of fraud. He was captured thanks to this woman, 73-year-old Maxine Johnson, who lost $45,000 to Malvinius. Eventually, she tracked him down in Europe. Well, today, a judge sentenced Malvinius to 18 months in prison. Malvinius will also have to pay nearly $157,000 in restitution.
Time now for news from around your neighborhood, stories that matter to you and your family. We begin tonight at Gresham on Interstate 84 between 181st and 223rd. State transportation officials say a project to widen the freeway in that area is now finished. However, there are no lane stripes on the new road. That will be done once things dry out enough. It's hoped that will be possible later this week.
Now to southwest Portland's Garden Home neighborhood, where a sewer project is in the works. Multnomah County's Bureau of Environmental Services says the project, called the Fano Creek Pump Station, is in pre-design right now. Specific routes for new pipelines have not been chosen yet, but officials plan to hold an open house on the 18th for neighbors concerned about how that project may affect traffic in their area.
Finally, back across the Willamette to southeast Portland at 42nd and Division, that's where a 21-unit residential center for homeless families opens Thursday. The center is designed to help people make the transition from life on the streets to permanent housing. It will provide a place to stay, job training, and child care for residents. The center also has 6,500 square feet of commercial space.
And if you know of a story in your neighborhood that you would like to see on the news, please give our neighborhood newsline a call. 231-4642. If you live outside Portland, 1-800-267-6836. There will be someone there to answer your calls from 9 a.m. until 11:30 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Coming up on Channel 2 News.
The efforts to heal injured birds grounded by recent harsh weather.
On our weather where you are today, or our weather in motion today, I want you to take a look at this shot. This was taken this morning about 7:30. Sun coming up. The mountain lid on the east side, that would be the left side as you're looking at it. Isn't that a gorgeous shot? Taking from our Hood River camera, a little fog down in the valley there. Anyway, we've got more of this coming this week and some sunshine added on. I'll be back with details.
It's like my dad's going through this phase.
Hey, there really are 4 parts to a plumbing system.
He found Q&A in the U.S. West Direct Yellow Pages. With a phone call, Dad can find, you know, whatever.
Black transmission fluid spells trouble.
Q&A's got hundreds of free recorded messages. Q&A is really cool, but in some hands,
Hey, hon! Acne's caused by overactive glands.
it can be a dangerous thing.
No wonder it's the one that gets used. U.S. West Direct.
Let me tell you about fish sticks. They're crunchy, and it tastes really good. You can pick them up. You don't have to chop it up like this, all to pieces. Then you dip it. V-A-N, to can. I usually eat 4 or 5.
Vandecamps, the fish kids like to eat.
You should get your mom to get some.
Race into the future of automotive technology at the Portland International Auto Show, now through February 9th at the Oregon Convention Center.
Hundreds of new 97 models, including the outrageous Plymouth Prowler, the Dodge Durango, and the redesigned Corvette.
See sneak previews of 1998 models.
Plus the Mazda B Extreme concept car.
Ride TriMet to the show and get a free ride home.
Fun for the whole family. The Portland International Auto Show, now through February 9th at the Oregon Convention Center.
There she is. You can spot a Carl's Jr. superstar a mile away, if you know what to look for. If it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face.
In the spirit of the Northwest, Channel 2 News continues.
All right, Monday night, and looking at the traffic, we can see it's moving quite well on Highway 26, the 217 interchange there. One word, Cornelius Elementary School will be closed tomorrow. They had to turn the water off. So all of you going to Cornelius Elementary, no school tomorrow. So enjoy. You got a night off.
Yeah, I can hear the kids going, woohoo, right now, huh? From our animal files tonight, a few frozen birds injured in recent cold weather are nursed back to health. The World Bird Sanctuary is located in St. Louis, Missouri, and it is filled to capacity tonight with birds like the little owl who was frostbitten. Recent snow and ice in that area was hard on birds, but workers say they'll fix them up and release them as soon as they recover. Look at that little guy there.
Hey,
yeah.
Pretty neat. Hey, the Bulls are in town. Michael Jordan and all the others, and...
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned the Bulls and not the Blazers. The Blazers also in town, too.
I thought they're from here.
Yeah, different circumstances after that horrible road trip. They are back now, home after their worst Eastern swing in some 10 years. The Blazers have today to regroup, and then it's back to the NBA wars tomorrow night against the best, the world champion Chicago Bulls. But Blazer fans, you got to start wondering what's happening to your team. Losses at Toronto, Detroit, Boston, and this game yesterday at Minnesota have definitely left some doubt. The injured Arvydas Sabonis and Rasheed Wallace will be re-examined tomorrow. There's a chance at least one will return against the Bulls. His Airness, Michael Jordan at the Rose Garden tomorrow night. Maybe he'll show us that 45-foot jump shot like he did yesterday in Seattle. The Bulls come to the Garden still the best in all of basketball with 41 wins in 46 games this year. The only thing missing, the suspended Dennis Rodman. No doubt the Rose Garden will be packed tomorrow night just to see Jordan and the Bulls. But did you know the Garden was plenty busy this weekend? Not for a concert, a rodeo, or even basketball. Derek Castillo reports the love affair continues when it comes to family and trucks.
Better bring your earplugs because this show will not only take your breath away, it could take your hearing away.
Last time we went to these in Seattle, about 15 years ago, I like to blew my ears out. And ever since, we brought something along because they're really loud.
You better bring an open mind. If you think automobiles are only for getting you from point A to point B, this isn't for you.
Big truck race, they run over these cars, they smash the heck out of them. It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool, huh? Well, you better bring your family as well. If you look around the Garden, you'll see the big fans of these big trucks are usually the little ones.
The kid likes to watch them. Makes noise. Goes fast. He wants to see them roll over.
Oh, don't tell me you don't want to see the same thing.
Oh, not me, no.
Admit it, there's something about these huge trucks with huge wheels that brings out the kid in all of us. There is a consensus here. Everyone wants to see...
Air. Exactly, air.
If you're into flying trucks, this is the place. Derek Castillo, Channel 4.
They're cool, aren't
they? Are so popular. I love the parents.
know.
The kids brought me out there. Well, the parents love them just like the kids do.
But they don't want to say it. Of course, they can't hear anymore after that, but...
Huh?
It's good. My kids can't hear me yelling at them, right?
Oh, that's great.
All right.
Thanks, Steve.
All right. Channel 2 News will continue in just a moment. You already know people are getting older, but up next, we'll take you to a place where they're also getting younger. We're going to take a look behind the scenes at a medical unit where critically ill patients get a new lease on life.
To buy 1996 brand name mattresses at bargain prices. Sleep Country USA has drastically reduced every remaining discontinued 1996 mattress. Sealy, Spring Air, Pacific, Simmons. This means huge savings if you come in now. Bad news for Sleep Country means great savings for you, unless you're picky about color. But when these 1996 mattresses are gone, so are these tremendous savings.
Why buy a mattress anywhere else?
Hi, Daddy. Tom has something to tell you.
Sometimes you're going to need to talk a long time. Lucky for you, there's Talk-A-Long, the affordable portable from AirTouch Cellular. For just $19.95, you get 150 minutes free each month. Just call 1-800-AirTouch to have Talk-A-Long delivered to your door.
Yes, sir. Oh, no, sir, no. Yes, sir.
Go ahead. It's an easy call to make.
Yes, sir.
They can't speak, many can barely breathe, and some don't even know how to eat. All are fighting for their lives. They're the patients inside the neonatal intensive care unit at Emmanuel Hospital. Tom Rinaldi spent a single day there, 24 hours in the unit, for a rare and intimate look at the fight to save babies who come into this world before their time.
Here's my girl, here's my girl, what a sweetie pie.
If this is life in miniature, it's also life at its most immediate. Unstable and unsteady, with the most at stake. On this morning in Legacy Emmanuel's neonatal intensive care unit, where every patient is an infant, there are 30 patients fighting for their new lives, and just as many parents praying over them.
Hey, that's my sweetie girl. You're talking a lot, aren't you, this morning?
The Mosiers did not know what to name their baby. At 42, after 20 years of marriage and one child, Sherry Mosier didn't think she'd be facing such a mystery again, or such a miracle.
Uh-oh.
The name they chose for their daughter, Tiffany, means a revelation from God. It also meant a premature birth nearly 2 months early and a baby born into critical condition. Tiffany was brought to the NICU and now rests in stall 19. Having fought off the likelihood of lung disease, Tiffany now looks like she will make it.
They say that a pot sitting in the sun is a clay pot, but until it's been through the furnace, a hot fire, does it become something beautiful? And I think that's what life is really all about when they come through the fire. And here they are. There's something so beautiful and so special.
Even as Shari stroked her baby's hair in the NICU's East Wing, other babies were striving to stay alive in the West Wing.
I need to drag this underneath.
The West Wing is for level 3 patients, babies in critical condition, like baby Hendrickson. Baby Hendrickson needs surgery, and in the West Wing, the operating room comes to the patient, because these patients are too fragile to be moved. It's noon. Baby Hendrickson's been in surgery for 2 hours. Doctors try to fix the hole in his diaphragm to prevent his bowels from pushing up into his chest and crushing his lungs. Just 1 day ago, the baby was given almost no chance of surviving the next 12 hours.
At that point, I was pretty assured that the baby was not going to make it through the morning. And he obviously proved us wrong, and it was no small miracle in itself that he woke up in the morning and decided he was going to continue through his journey.
As the baby's grandparents wait and watch through the glass partition of the parents' room, baby Hendrickson fights on. By 12:30, Mom and Dad are able to hover over their baby again, and the surgery more successful than anyone had estimated. The monitors keeping record of a survivor's struggle.
I wanted a full-term baby. That's what I wanted to try for.
Kaylee Ann Sasaki, all 22 ounces of her at birth, is 1 month old today. In that month, her mother, Tina, has been able to hold her baby skin to skin just twice. Kaylee has had heart surgery, bleeding on the brain, and a collapsed lung. Her parents hold on to the most humble hopes for Kaylee's future.
We're just hoping that she knows who we are, that we love her, and that she won't be on IVs for the rest of her life. That's the hardest, because we don't know what's going to happen in the future.
And here comes the reason for Tina's hope.
Pretty cool, huh?
Hope realized in the form of her 3.5-year-old daughter, Ashley, a daughter who also once weighed only 23 ounces, who's now completely healthy, and who today wants only to hold her new little sister.
The babies, they respond. She responds to me very well. Yeah, and as long as, they know that you love them, they're going to keep fighting. Hey, your birth time? 21 after.
As night approaches the West Wing, there will be a dozen other babies making that fight, and a staff watching, counting their every breath. Tom Rinaldi, Channel 2 News.
At capacity, the neonatal intensive care unit at Legacy Emmanuel works with 46 babies and has a staff of 150 nurses and doctors. Coming up tomorrow on Channel 2 News at 5, we continue our special, Born Before Their Time, by focusing on a single night inside the NICU. See the extraordinary work done by the unit's nurses and doctors and how they cope emotionally with life in the unit. That's tomorrow night at 5.
More Channel 2 News coming your way at 6:30.